The last 12 months at Sheffield Wednesday F.C. can only be described as institutional trauma. Calling it a year from hell isn't exaggeration, it's an accurate reflection of a club pushed to the brink of operational collapse. Under the failing leadership of Deshphon Chansiri, financial instability became the norm rather than the exception. Late wage payments weren't isolated issues, they became recurring problems that gradually eroded trust across the club. Staff worked under constant uncertainty, players were distracted, and the wider football structure lost its coherence. Since October, the club has been operating under judicial administration, effectively placing its future in the hands of legal processes and insolvency practitioners. This was no longer just a footballing issue, it became a race against time, shaped by regulatory pressure, creditor demands, and growing fatigue within the organisation. The question was no longer about performance, but survival. Would the club still exist in a recognisable form by the summer? That question was answered today, the 1st of May, with decisive clarity. Arise Capital Partners have formally completed their takeover, securing control of the club just in time to avoid oversight from the incoming independent football regulator. This deadline was critical. Had the process extended into the following week, the shift in regulatory authority could have delayed or even jeopardized the deal entirely. David Storch moved quickly, pushing the process through to completion within the required time frame. The result is more than a change in ownership, it marks the definitive end of the Chansiri era. Storch, alongside incoming Chief Executive David Bruce, is expected at Hillsborough, signalling a clear transfer of control and a shift from crisis management to structured recovery. From a governance perspective, Chansiri's departure closes a period defined by financial uncertainty and administrative instability. His tenure ultimately faltered under unpaid obligations and a lack of operational discipline. The approach of the Arise Group appears markedly different. Rather than acting as short-term investors, they are positioning themselves as stabilizers focused on medium-term rebuilding. Their process has been measured, involving engagement with local authorities, creditors, and key stakeholders, an indication that they recognize the scale of the task ahead. The appointment of Bruce brings experience in restructuring environments, while Storch's leadership points towards a more controlled and oversight-driven model. Within the football side, Henrik Pedersen has already expressed confidence in the transition, often a key sign that a rebuild has internal backing. What lies ahead is not a simple rebuild, but a comprehensive reset. Financial discipline, operational restructuring, and cultural repair will all be required. The scale is significant. And yet, football rarely waits for stability before demanding emotion. Hillsborough will be full. The Honolulu Wednesday theme may appear light-hearted, but it carries deeper meaning, a sense of release. After months of uncertainty and anxiety, supporters will gather not just for a match, but to mark a moment of renewal. This kind of emotional reset often comes before meaningful progress. Now the focus shifts from survival to direction. With Arise Capital in control and the previous era closed, the club finally has a foundation to build on. But foundations alone don't deliver success on the pitch. So the real question becomes this: how long should a club in this position realistically take to return to the top levels of English football? And perhaps more importantly, are supporters ready for a rebuild that demands patience before it brings results?